Okay, so at the moment, if you're looking to work in the UK under the Tier 2 category with an employer and you want them to sponsor you, the minimum salary requirement is 26,200. That's the gross pay. So your employer would have to agree to take you on a job that's on a list of occupations available in the UK. You have to be earning a minimum of £26,200. And obviously, aside from meeting all the rest of the requirements, this would be sufficient to get you the skilled worker visa or to have a relevant sponsor. Now, it's now been announced that the change to increase this salary from the 26,200 to 38,700 will take place on the 4th of April 2024. The going rate will also increase. So normally what they say is you either meet the 26,200 or whatever the going rate in the UK market is for that particular role. It's normally whatever is the higher of the two. It hasn't been confirmed what it will be increased to yet. Again, once we have an update, we'll be sure to let you know. So all applications on or after 4th of April 2024 will be affected by this change. So for a skilled worker visa, that's not on the shortage occupation list or that's not exempt from this payment for any reason, you'll be required to meet the 38,700 salary requirement. So who's not affected by this change? So if you're a skilled worker and you've made your application prior to the 4th of April 2024, now that's whether you are applying for entry clearance and entering the UK for the first time, or whether you are in the UK and you're a student or a graduate route visa holder and you're switching into the category before the 4th of April, you will not be affected by this change. So if you are currently on 26,200 or just over, you will be able to continue to work in that category at that rate, and you will be able to extend without having to meet extend your visa without having to meet the 38,700. The only catch, well, not catch really, but the only thing is, if, for example, you were resident in the UK and you were earning 26,200 working for an employer, of course, over the years, through salary review or good work, etc., you'd be expected to get a pay increase. So what the Home Office doesn't want to see is that employers are keeping you at a fixed rate of 26,200, not in line with how a resident worker would be treated. So whilst they wouldn't expect your wages to increase to 38,700 to meet this requirement, they would expect to see, in line with the rest of your colleagues who are employed in the UK, if there are salary increases, that you were to progress with the pay together with other resident workers. So really, for the employers, if you do have somebody who you're employing under the graduate scheme at the moment and you do want to hold on to them, and you were thinking once this visa is about to expire, you'd like to take them on as a skilled worker, it's worth thinking about taking them on before the 4th of April 2024 in order to avoid the increase to £38,700 and to be able to apply for 26,200 or all the way up to 38,000. So it doesn't have to be fixed at 26,200. It could be higher, but you're not required to meet the 38,700. And the only other people that aren't affected by this is the healthcare worker route. So if you are a care worker or senior care worker, you will not be required to meet the 38,700 requirement. There's no requirement for that.